I want the world to be a cleaner and better place.
Coming through.
We do not own this earth, it was given to us to look after.
Because it's a bit of a silly word, isn't it, sustainability? And it's a bit woolly, and I had to look it up, really. So, the dictionary says, it starts off saying, sustainability is the endurance of systems and processes. And I stopped reading after that because I thought, well, that's going to be really, really boring. What I'm going to show you today is a few things that I do, which you can then decide if what I do is sustainable, which basically means we need to keep our planet going, and everything that we do needs to make sure that this planet goes on and we're all fed and we're healthy and we're happy. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look at some of the stuff that I do. I used to be a private chef in London to rich and famous people who spent loads of money on food. That's better. And threw away lots of food, because you can do that if you're rich, can't you? And then I came back up here and I found out that there were lots of people who couldn't afford to feed themselves well and hardly ever ate fruits and vegetables. So I thought we might do something about that. The first thing we did was I started at the cookery school, and we went around food festivals and places like that, showing people how to cook really cheaply and healthily. That's me with my daughter Zoe there, who is in year 9, and she does all the work I do with me. So, I also write a column for a magazine here about the food systems and various things. And then, last summer, I went to the wholesale fruit and veg markets in Manchester to help somebody on a cooking project that was doing a big charity cooking event. And I made a connection with Fair Share there, who rescued food from industry, and they give it out to charities and various places so that people can be fed. And they said that they had a really big problem with getting enough volunteers to sort through all the fruit and veg at the market every day that was thrown out. So I said, well, what about I come over throughout the summer holidays and bring some friends, and we sort through all the fruit and veg, and then if there's any left over after your charities have taken it, can I fill my big car and take some? So last summer we did that. Lancashire County Council said, oh, we like that idea, here's £500, so that that will help you, but it will be petrol money. But we thought, what about you make loads of hot snacks as well, so that when we take this fruit and veg out onto the streets, we can give all the kids playing out something hot to eat whilst their mums and dads get a bag of free fruit and vegetables. So this is what we did. I had a big banner made for my car, and on Fridays and Saturdays we went out with tons of amazing fruit and vegetables. And this is the market in Manchester. This bottom picture is the back of my car loaded up with the most delicious cherry tomato you've ever eaten in your life. These are the guys at Fair Share who sort through the stuff. These are my friends who went through all the rubbish like Zoe did with me every week. And all the tons of stuff that we took. So we took this out onto the streets. Some of it, we've discovered, was a bit too manky for people to eat, because you always get the odd thing. So we had to get a bit inventive. Now, these watermelons here, which you can see are bigger than Zoe's head. What happens to a watermelon if it gets too mouldy is all that delicious, juicy flesh disappears and it becomes a water bomb. Zoe can tell you this because she was allowed one watermelon to throw off the top of a very high building to film for an explosion. So we found we couldn't give these to people because if they opened them in the house, they'd flood the house basically because they were so big. So we took them home and we made watermelon juice, so we could give that out to people. We made sorbets from the juice, and then we made little houses for our gerbils. So we could put the gerbils in the bath in a little watermelon house, and they could nibble at the watermelon and have a little play, because you've got to use everything. The top picture is of one of the slightly manky apples that we got around Christmas that Zoe decided to make table decorations with. inventive use of not perfect veg. The top picture is of banana ice cream. Bananas, lettuces and bread are the things we throw away the most, that people in the household put in their bins the most. Bananas, all you have to do with your manky black bananas, peel them, chop them up, put them in the freezer in slices, and then whiz them up in a fruit processor. That's all you need. It's one ingredient. It is the most delicious ice cream. Do lots of that. Blueberries we juiced and made sorbets. Manky apricots, we cooked them up and then made ice lollies from them. This is one of the uses that we didn't expect to have. This little girl had never eaten blackberries before. We took some blackberries round to her. She loved them so much that she squirreled some away with her that night and took them up to bed and had them in her hand. She put her hand behind her head when she went to sleep and woke up in the morning with pink hair. 3 weeks it was before we got that pink out of her hair of constant hair washing. So lots of inventive uses for stuff that we use. Now these are some of the people that I took food out to who were really struggling. So people who were working, who had to borrow money for food, and they didn't access the food banks. You all know about food banks now, but most people who are struggling don't go to a food bank. So these people didn't, as you can see the man at the top, and he told you had to wait 6 days, and he had 3 children, and they were starving. All right, we're not leaving. This is some of the stuff that we couldn't save. This is at the fruit and veg market. The top picture is a big container full of tons of perfect cherries. These are containers of tomatoes with the odd watermelon in. We just didn't have the manpower to save all this fruit. So all this gets fed to the pigs. So it's going to make very tasty pigs, but it should be going to people. These are the bags of bakery stuff at Tesco's. I've campaigned with Tesco's locally for years now to say, please let us take your end of day waste. And they constantly refuse. So this is what I put on Twitter, wonderful tool to scare people, to say, give us your waste. As you can see, they say, not fit for human consumption, but 3 minutes earlier, all those pastries were for sale at £1 each, so it's nonsense. This is something else that me and Zoe have done. This is called gleaning. So what happens is, the supermarkets order, this is cauliflowers. There are scanners, they go out and they scan the cauliflowers, and the scanner tells them if it's too big, it's too small, or it's not the right colour. And if it doesn't fit with the supermarket's ideal of a cauliflower, the supermarkets won't buy it. Some cases, like this one, all the cauliflowers should have been going to the supermarket. It rained in the night, the cauliflowers grew too big, so the supermarket wouldn't take them. So farmers left with a field full of cauliflowers. Now these mad people, including me and my daughter, got a call from a farmer and he said, you can take all my cauliflowers free because the supermarkets won't take them. But you have to get them out in 2 hours because I have to plough that field. So we rush down with vans from Fair Share and we take the cauliflowers and then we distribute them to people who never want to eat a cauliflower again because we give them so many cauliflowers. And then we decided that we'd hit Lidl and get them to give their end of day stuff to us for us to